Good morning, Optimus. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024. And not a lot of news reports. There's the total vehicle sales, which never seems to actually show up right now. And then the used car prices report, which already dropped. Used car prices are down almost 3.5%. So if you're looking to buy a used car, might be a good time. And then we have another report coming up at 7, which is so that's total vehicle sales. Wholesale inventories. Wholesale inventories is usually kind of big report, decent size report. 7:30, we've got the New York Fed Treasury purchases for 2.25 to 4.5 years. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got consumer inflation expectations. And then 8:30, we've got the 3 and 6 month bill auction. And then at 12 o'clock, we've got consumer credit change. So, little minimal on reports today. Hopefully that makes trading relatively straightforward. What's up, Kevin? Good morning. Obviously, not obviously. If you guys weren't here last Friday, we blew our funded account. I definitely overtraded the heck out of it. At one point, I was down like $1,119 and worked my way back up to being negative 160, and then just killed it over like 2 or 3 trades. So we're starting over today. New week, new mindset. We'll just take it easy. I have to remember that it's September, and September can often be a very volatile time. But having said all that, it's 6:45. Let's jump in, take a look at the charts. So currently getting some downward movement. Trend is looking kind of bullish today. Drop at 6:45. ES is up $42 after that really dismal last Friday. Currently 200 moving average is above the VWAP here, which I don't really like. Let's see, the open, we got a big wick. Range of the candles on the day from 64 to 60. Pretty large sized range on candles. Getting a bounce out that 50 moving average there. We're gonna switch over to the 10-second chart. This looks like it's like we're on approach for a downward move, potentially down to the VWAP, which would be down here at 54.54. That'd be about a $7 drop. 9 is below 12 on the 1 minute side. We're coming up on this TTM switch to red. So might potentially be a reasonable short. Obviously, we're above VWAP, so going short can have its own risk to it, especially since the market's up 3/4 of a point today at the moment. So I might just wait for this to kind of pull back a little bit, and then I think that we would be in the position for a silent switch to the upside, but we're not there yet. And let's find our resistance point as well. Looks like about 64, 65 area. Jump over into TopStep. Damn, that was the move I was trying to grab. I think there's still an op here.
Order filled.
I was wanting to grab that. Just missed it. Heavy pullback on that. A little too much pullback. It's not too bad. There's a silent switch there on the 10-second chart. We've got to exit at 65.75. Looks a little choppy on the day. High up here at 68.
Order filled.
For contract. And that'll be my cap on the contracts. X is at 65.75. I wanted to get into this at a lower price, but I still think we'll be okay on the push. 64.75 is that. That's exact. That exact resistance point that I called. So, which unfortunately we got in at 63.75. Yeah. You're 65.25. A lot of resistance up here at 65 area. I'm gonna put this exit at like 64.50. I really don't like that pullback off that. Yeah, we got a downward cross there.
Order filled.
Took a tiny trade on that. Ended up like, really my entrance point just wasn't good. I wanted to grab it before this rip, and we ended up getting it right afterwards. So it did end up getting our top level there at 65.75. So I guess I could have kept it the same, but this looks like our actual push. I want to see a pullback to about 64.50 or so. Damn, there's that rip up towards the high. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a choppy day. We're up 150 or so in our eval. All right, we're up here at the highs. Let's see a pullback before we get a new cyan switch on the 1 minute side. Pull back to like 64.25 would look great. Join the bid here.
Order filled.
Meant to buy that with 3.
Order filled.
Okay, we're in 4 contracts long. On my exit right here. Exits at 67.25.
Order filled.
We got that up 300 on that trade. And there's another test of the high. We may get a push towards 70. Very choppy up here, so well, just choppy in general. New cyan switch on a red dot and pushing new highs. At the top of the Bollinger Band, the TTM is on a red dot cyan. The extension of the Bollinger Band's up here at 96. I want to take a look at this on a longer term chart. Obviously 5,500 is going to be a line in the sand. Break out to like a 15-minute chart here. All right, so we are potentially on approach for a very large move, which I would probably cap up here at the 5,600 range, maybe 5,650. Here's the move here. on this 15-minute chart, we can see this 50 moving average is stacking up towards that 200 moving average. And now this probably won't happen for another day, or potentially within this day, but maybe at like 8:30, possibly more like toward the end of the day, maybe 11. So definitely going to be a little ways out. High up there at 68.75. Would love to see a pullback off this high, or just a straight rip. One of the two. There's a pullback to the 9. Looks like we're going to get another drop here. There's a downward cross right there and red on TTM 10. Downward drop, I'd be looking at 62, maybe like 64 range. Although something that's different about this drop versus this drop is you can see the Bollinger Band was down here, but like at that point, this only dropped to the bottom of the band. And now it's popping back up again. So this bounced off the 50 moving average. See some volume coming in. Not quite ready just yet. On the bid here. So you see that quick spike up?
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, took another 150 off on that. Let me check my settings. So we've automatically got a $200 take profit assigned. It's looking pretty choppy as we head towards 7 o'clock. About 3.5 minutes or so. Couple seconds left on this 1 minute candle. Still have cyan down there, but all red dots. A lot of choppiness, a lot of indecision in the market. Look at all these wicks. ES currently up 0.8 or so. You look at oil. Oil's down again. Well, oil is only down like 10 cents. It's really not down that much. This could actually have an op. An op if this, gets above VWAP or attempts to go that direction. Problem I've had with oil over the last couple of months, really the last like 6 months, is that there's been very little volume in it. And so that lack of volume adds to a little bit of a lack of volatility here. So oil, I'm interested above 68. Really, I'd be looking for like 68.25. I'd be looking for this gap to close on oil. ES pushed up again, made another new high up there at 69 and some change or so. Pretty sure this. Okay, that just hit 70. Rip up to 70. I feel like this could rip straight on up to like 72, 73. We're almost at 7 o'clock. We're about 45 seconds out. We've had a couple of candle dumps at 7 o'clock over the last 2 weeks or so. And I used to love buying into the 7 o'clock candle, but I don't feel as comfortable with it over the last 2 weeks. What are you guys thinking for the 7 o'clock? Up or down? Put in the comments. Here's 7 o'clock here. Not even a volume push. Weird. Super low volume for 7. That's weird. And a little concerning. But you can see it's well below the volume average, which is at 4,300 contracts. We haven't even... There's still about 30 seconds left on this candle, but kind of weirdly low volume for 7 o'clock. Take another look at oil. Oil got above the 200 moving average. Oil looking decent. CLV. Oil at 67.75. Maybe if we can get a pullback to like 67.60, something like that. Looking for a move up to 68. Oil got a big spike at 7 o'clock. Try to enter oil at 81. At 67.81. Didn't quite get the fill. I was looking for that little gap right there. Oil's looking like a 5,200 moving average cross and getting green on the day, about 15 cents or so. So it's up about a quarter of a point. I would really want to see it drop down to like 67.65. That'd be ideal. Maybe about 67.75. And I'll bounce off that. And looking for resistance at 68. Looks like ES is back up in the 70s, 54.70. Here's the pullback that I was looking for on oil, at least some of it. Tried to join the bid again on oil, just missed it. Dang it. There's the rip. That's what I was after. Look for resistance at 68. This is a nice rip, dude. I should have my order waiting at 80. We have move room up to the opening range at like 68.15 or so. Yeah, I'm gonna look for another pullback. Joining on this bid.
Order filled. Order filled.
My profit was 60 bucks. So looking for 68.02. There it is. It's just a little delayed. Oil be moving slow these days. Lack of volume. Should have kept my trade on. I'll take 60. That's fine. Up 5.95 on the day. ES is having trouble at that 54.70 level. You can see the 1 minute TTM starting to drop. ES is just too choppy today for me. It's only the NQ, but I hate trading the NQ. It's just way too volatile for me. Chart looks a little cleaner on the NQ than it does on the ES, honestly. And the VUS, both the 200. I just don't like trading the NQ, man. I've had mixed results. Like, too mixed. Oil getting another pop up here. Jump back on oil. 68.02, 68.03.
Order filled.
Going to buy there on oil, looking to get out 68.12. Opening range is 68.13. I do see some pullback on TTMs. I don't really like that. But we are above the VWAP on the 10-second chart. Let's check this out here. 68.17 is the top of the 200 moving average, and VWAP on the 1 minute is 68.23. We're in this trade now. Slightly red. Had a chance to get out there a little green. I'm just gonna try and get out at 60 bucks. Ooh, pulling back some. This move might be a little over. We're in at 68.05. Trying to get out now like 68.07, so I'll just take a micro profit. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cut that. Yeah, we're out.
Order filled.
Gave up most of my profit on that oil trade just now, so we were up 500. Now we're up 119, so that's a little frustrating. And here's a pushback up from it, bouncing off the 50 moving average there. ES is finally starting to move again. So oil was good to us till it wasn't. So ES hit that 72 that I mentioned.
Order filled.
Dude, I just filled it, but I filled it kind of at the high, so I don't really like this trade already. I tried to grab that pop right there. I think I overtraded again. High at 72.50. Yeah, I definitely overtraded again. Damn. I filled at the high, 72.25. Had a very slight intuition to walk away with my profit at like 500 or so, and just didn't do it. So here we are. Now we're gonna work our way. Trying to stay green now.
Order
Okay,
filled.
so there's the push up there, up 262. Okay, so I'm glad I took the time to acknowledge that because now I feel reframed and I feel okay. Nice pop there, by the way. Wow, still ripping. So oil's big issue really has been volume. Couldn't hit the opening range with it. But this move here, this 5200 cross on a 10-second on oil is really strong. Wow, ES is still climbing. There's the rip I was talking about earlier. What if I could add in like favorites here so I don't have to type them in. That oil move looks a little done. I might short it actually. Nah, you know what? I'm not feeling oil. I'm just gonna stay on the ES. All right, so ES it's looking a little less choppy to me. So we're gonna look for an entry here on this pullback. So I want to see this pullback maybe like 72. There's the drop I'm looking for. Let's see a little bit more dropping. So that hit a high of 79, almost 80 there. Remember I said 5,600 might be the resistance, or 5,500 might be the resistance point. Another bit here. Kind of wish I got in a little earlier. Been delayed entries all day today. It's not TopStep's fault though. Their fills have been fine. It's just mine. I've been getting into it a little late. Like this, I can actually see this is pulling back some. Yeah, I actually don't like this trade now. I liked that pop. I don't think the move is over just yet. What is our entry? 76 and a quarter. We're looking to get at 77.50. There's 77. Lowered my profit down to just 3 ticks at 77. Just need this to pop up just like a tiny bit.
Order filled.
All right, made a little bit of money there, up 329. That was not a good trade, in my humble opinion. The entrance that I actually wanted was right here at 74. So that's the entrance I was actually going for, and I kind of got filled much later. And part of that is because I'm hitting join the bid, but there's these big like spike stuff, and so the bid is kind of all over the place right now. TTM looking for a cyan switch on the 10-second chart. I want to take a look at this on the 1, but this looks like it's going to rip. So that originally was a pullback to the 9 EMA. There's a weird looking bear or bull flag here. So choppy, dude. Like, I want to buy this, but that resistance along 77 is a little sketch. I'm gonna stay out of it. That resistance is just too sketch. Oil did end up popping, by the way, and there's the pop there that I was looking for. Okay, so there's a little bit of room in this.
Order filled.
Bought it on that drop. Feel like I need to keep going for like really small moves. Come on.
Order filled.
Made a single tick on that. I'm just kind of grateful to be out of it. Pretty sure, like, so I know I overtraded today. That's evident and it's obvious. And that was my problem on Friday. ES is very choppy. Oil actually did finally come back up and hit that. The area I was trying to get out on that other trade was at 68.12. So let's take a look at these stats today. So we're up 358. We had that one losing trade though, which costed us $400. So our total gain was actually 757. But we gave back that 400. So which is very, annoying. And our wins yet again have been relatively small, which has also had its own level of frustration lately. Looking for more of those like consistent ones that are about 200 to 300 a piece. So that's really what I'm after. ES feels untrustworthy at this level. how are you guys doing today? You guys red? You green? Anything else? Kind of low viewership today. But if you are here, thank you. And also, too, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notice. Like I said, it helps push this out to the YouTube algorithm. So if we can get it out to a little bit more people, we're only 36 subscribers away from 500. So let's get it. Let's get it done. ES pulling back pretty heavily, down to 71 from 77. I would like to see a move kind of like this one here, where we had this pullback to the 50 moving average and then some consolidation there and then the bounce. Oil, same thing. Oil has to get this 5,200 cross, which let's do the math. We just got a new candle on this one. So on the 1 minute, 68.15. So it's 28 cents apart on the 1 minute for that crossover to happen. ES pulling all the way down to 70 now. Big sell-off right there on the ES. This is what I was worried about. Selling off all the way down to the 200 moving average. Okay, we have a new 1 minute candle, so now we can actually assess this. So we said 28 cents before. It's still at 28 cents, so it's really not making any progress. ES pulling back all the way to that 50, like I mentioned that I felt like it needed. May pull all the way back to the Bollinger Band at 65.50. I don't think we'll pull all the way down to the VWAP or 200 moving average, though. It seems like too much of a sell-off. Although you can see we're really close to a red on the TTM on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more like just consistent downward pressure on the ES for a little while. Maybe like 10 minutes. Yeah, it's almost 7:30. What do we have coming up? 7:30. We have. Oh, did they finally put the total vehicle sales in? No, I don't know what's up with this report here, but it is consistently week over week, day over day. It's supposed to be out a week ago, and day over day it just keeps getting pushed out, and it's not actually getting that report done. I don't know what's up with that. 7:30, we've got the New York Fed Treasury purchases. The forecast is 80. There's no information about this one, unfortunately, because I don't really quite understand it. So I'd like to know a little bit more about the New York Fed Treasury purchases. And then we got inflation expectations at 8 o'clock. This will probably drive the market reasonably well. They give these things importance scores, which I think is kind of fun that they do that. Wednesday, we've got core inflation. So Wednesday is going to be a big day. We've got core inflation. We've got CPI data. So we have some high importance stuff on Wednesdays. or on this Wednesday. ES kind of looking like it's short. Right along this 50 moving average. If it was a short, I'd be out at 65. There's a downward cross there. We got red on TTM. We're currently riding along that 50 moving average though. There's the drop. So what I'd be looking for on the ES next would be this 5200 cross on the 10-second chart. 5 minutes to 7:30. The drop from 68 to 62, $6 move. Quite the sell off there for a little bit. Watching this 1 minute chart. That was a nice short, by the way. Yeah, negative 5.4 on the TTM on the 1 minute side, TTM1. Three and a half minutes, 7:30. And watch these moving averages. Look for a 912, 912.26, and a cyan switch. All those combined. I'm also looking for a yellow on the 1 minute side. It's a nice short off 78. I'm grateful that I got out of that trade. I'm grateful that I recognized the stall too. Pulling back to 63-ish area. So we popped up to 67, kind of hit resistance at 67. TTM1 is now at negative 6.8, 6.9. We're 2 minutes to 7:30. Might be one of those times where we get the rip at 7:43, which is always weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles in a row and negative 7.6 on TTM. Wonder if that yellow candle's coming in anytime soon. 10. Yeah, we have a lot more divergence than before on the 10-second chart. Man, I'm tired. Been getting up at like 3:30 in the morning to go to the gym. There's the 912 that I mentioned that I'd be looking for. Pull up to 67, bouncing off of 63. 67, a little bit of a resistance zone, but also some support here at 64 or 63 area. I'm going to call it 65-ish, give or take $2. TTM now it's negative 7.8. And a rejection off that 50 moving average there. 30 seconds to 7:30. I'd be looking at resistance at 70. I don't see any indication though that we're gonna pop at 7:30. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but I just don't see the indication that it will. There's 7:30 now. There's the volume that I was looking for. Volume is mainly on sell, is almost all sell. Yep. Pretty big pullback. Might short off of like 63 if it gets up that high. No, it's just not.
Order filled.
Man, I think I shorted at the bottom again. Oh, I always do that. Dang it.
Order filled.
All right, made like $75 on that. I think we're looking at a 743 reversal. We fell all the way down to VWAP. So back here, I was like, that would be a long drop, but you know, it made it. So it's down here below the 200 moving average, above the VWAP. Might possibly get below the VWAP, honestly. Negative 9.9 on TTM. And some pop off that VWAP zone there at 57.25. Back up to 60. I'm thinking that we're looking at about 743 or so for a reversal. Let's take a look at the 10-second. We can kind of figure it out if it's going further or closer. So let's pop this up here. Currently, okay, so we're at 96, 60, or sorry, 69, 61. I missed the first one. Okay, so 69.57 minus 62.38. Okay, so we're 7.19 apart. All right, 69.52 minus 62.27. 7.25. So we're still actually dropping 6 cents every 10 seconds. Wow, oil ripped. Oil's up in the high 60s. Oil never did fail. This was the most it sold off, was down to 67.85. and ended up ripping all the way up to 68.30s. Never got that 5200 cross, but the 9 and 12 got above the 200 moving. 68.20, maybe 68.15 would look pretty good. 0.17 on 2TM. But where's the top? High is at 68.84. Resistance basically along the quarter dollar marks. I gotta see if I can add favorites here. It'd be really nice. Because I pretty much just trade oil and ES, but I haven't traded oil in a long time just because it's been so low on volume. Or as my wife would say, co whale, which means dry AF in Vietnamese. Co whale. Which is just something that we say like when things suck or don't have a lot of action going on. Now you know portion of my life. Yes, struggling in that 54.60 zone. Kind of holding 54.50 pretty well. Like holding VWAP okay. There's a yellow candle on the 1 minute. Holding VWAP alright, but in between VWAP and 200 moving average, that's a lot of downward pressure. We'll see what it can do, but that's a lot of downward pressure. Yo, what up, Ed Art? Powerful blue to red. Yeah, man. No joke. No joke. I totally agree. I'm not going to say that one is more powerful than the other. Like, I believe that the red yellow had for a period of time was crazy powerful. The science switch for a period of time was crazy powerful. The blue to red also crazy powerful. And it's really just sort of like what's the trend of the day. But also too like on days like today where you got that choppiness, I would definitely say that was that's where you got that blue to red advantage. I always short at the bottom. Do you sell market or bid or ask? Ask. All right, so we have some TTM stack. Not enough for me to be really excited yet, but we are kind of grinding along the VWAP. With this 200 moving average here, just above VWAP, I mean that doesn't give me a lot of hope, so to speak. But there's something there. Taking a look at the 10 second, we gotta watch out for resistance at the 50 moving average. There's some science switch there, nothing too crazy. And the 200 moving average is so far away from this that it's like I'm not even. We could just rip all the way up, but let's see, 6796 minus 5935. So we're 861 from before. I think we were 719. So new candle 6790 minus 5930, 860. Yeah, so we're still hella far away from a reversal. Sometimes we get that reversal at 7:43, which is about 5 minutes from now. But I don't really necessarily see that setup being displayed here today. That's not to say that it isn't, because we haven't really dropped below VWAP here. But it also doesn't really look like it's there either. At 7:43, we'd have to see this pop to about 63-ish, like right in this zone is really where we'd have to be. And I don't really see that necessarily happening. You can actually see this EMA 35 dip below the 50, indicating more downward pressure. Now, will it hold support? This just happened, so these can cross back up, but it's looking like it might be a little bit short for a while. We'll see. If that 200 moving average though gets below the VWAP though, that might be a different story. It's still $1.70 away though, so. Oil still ripping, man. Wow. It's just too slow. That's my problem with it. Like, I remember trading oil and it was like fast. You could do like quick scalps and all this. Now it's like I gotta like get in, hold the position, expect to be in it for like 20 minutes while it slowly grinds its way up and has like big drops. It's an uncomfortable place to be. We still don't have conversions beginning, so we're still a ways. We shall continue forward. I believe we're up 424-ish on the day. And 40. No conversions yet. $54, $55 on the E to the S. Oil getting some pullback down from the 68.50 zone. Checking in on that 15-minute chart. $15 minutes still converging. We'll have a new 15-minute candle here. About 3 minutes. We can actually track the conversion of it. Might as well do it now. We've got 547273 minus 545166. So difference of $21.07. Okay. We'll mark that for now. 15 and converge. 2107 at 742. And now we want to see what it's at 745. It's about 2 minutes out. To be clear, I don't intend to take a trade off that. What I'm tracking is the time that we can expect that convergence to happen. That's that convergence of this 5200 here. And if I go back really far, so if we go back, you can see when we had the divergence there, we get this big bearish market. We go back to here, we've got this crossover here after it began to converge for a little while. We got this crossover here, and then we were down at 52.73. This was back on August 8th, so this is a month ago. We got this massive run up that more or less held itself along the 50 moving average until we got to this top part here, and it stalled out. So it'll be really interesting. We'll find that out in about 50 seconds. "30 seconds or 40 seconds on that. Yes, looking like it's got no more moves for me. Might get one at 8 o'clock, but alright. About 15 seconds on this one, so we can get the calculator up. And new candle. So we've got 72, 32 minus. Gotta jump in here a little bit. 1663. Did that incorrectly. Yeah. 72, 32 minus 51, 65. So 20, 67. We got 20, 67. So that's a difference of 40 cents every 15 minutes. Okay. So we've got to get rid of 20.67 divided by 0.4. So we're looking at 51 15-minute candles. 51 times 15 is 765 minutes divided by 60. That's 12 hours and almost 13 hours. So we're looking at this rip tomorrow. Of course, news reports and things like that could change things. So, but that's just sort of the tracking of it. Get rid of that. Yes, looking done. Nothing to really look at there. Nothing special. Oil, its move also looks like it's kind of over. I mean, it never got this 5200 cross here. Which is 2 cents away, really. Wow. Huh. May have another chance for another run up. $30 seconds on that. That 2 cents could take a long time. Because we tracked a few of them, and then there just wasn't enough volume for it to really make a big difference. So I think I'll probably walk there. Just there's nothing going on. Market's kind of boring. So we're gonna end the day, and that's gonna be up 424.86. So take a look at the performance stats. We had this one loss of 400. We made 823.98 and lost 400. So we're ending the day at 424.86. That was our only losing trade. So gonna add a journal for the day. I like having this trade journal built right into TopStep. It really does help just help me be consistent with writing my trade journals, just because it's just right here. TopStep really feels like it's built for retail traders in mind, and I don't have the affiliate link yet, guys, but I will have one very soon, I believe. Man, I knew that was a long. Feel it. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, it's finally starting to converge a little bit. Back above VWAP. 2 temps at negative 1.1. 9 is still below 12 on the 1 minute side, and no 12.26. 10 second side, we've got some push up. Hit that 200 moving average there on the 10 second chart. Yeah, we make it an 8 o'clock move. I'm going to double check the news reports for 8. I didn't think there was much. Consumer inflation expectations drops in 7 minutes. I'm assuming people are expecting inflation to go down. 1, 2, 3, 3. Yeah. This inflation's sort of on the downward trend a little bit. 3% inflation is still ridiculous. I don't think that's something worth shooting for. You should be shooting for like no inflation or like 1%. But with that Keystone pipeline or whatever being cut all those years ago, I think that was, it really created a large gap in the market in terms of economics, and just sort of a larger gap between the haves and the have-nots. So, and it's sort of interesting. If you've ever watched, Ray Dalio has a really good video on the world order of things and sort of these cycles of human behavior through politics and through revolution and all that. And it's very, very eye-opening, because I think that, like, even though markets change, even though technology changes, I don't really believe that people change. They've sort of been the exact same for millennia, and a person can change, but people, I always love this line from Men in Black: a person is smart, people are dumb, stupid, panicky animals, and you know it. And I always think that was so spot on, because it really does feel that way. Getting some push here. 59.10. 56.10. We're about 307 away here. Okay, 59.02. Turn this value off. There's that push up. So the 1 minute. There's a little silent switch. We have resistance at 58.50. I don't want to get fooled by that silent switch. We do have the Bollinger Band is starting to merge. All right. Pulling back some, 5,200 on the way. If I join the bid here, I'm doing it prematurely. Yeah, that's what I felt. Does look good for a push up, but just not quite yet. Looks like it's almost ready though. We've got this 5,200 inbound. We'll see what happens with that. Just felt like it was like too close, like ripped too early, so to speak. Triple doji on 10, double doji, almost triple. Back on the 1 minute, we pull back here, only 1.3 on that cyan switch, and rejection off the 50 moving average, 35 and the 50 moving average. Still on red dot too, so nothing looking great just yet. Oil passing 50. Looks like it got a little bit of volume. I wonder why more people don't trade oil. Like it seems like a relatively clean chart and plenty profitable. I wonder why it doesn't get more volume. We did get that 5,200 cross on oil, which got us that push up to past 50. Yes, dumped. Yeah, I felt like this was a false breakout. You can just feel it. Actually looking pretty tasty on the short there. Anyway, I'll walk away like I originally intended. I don't see any trades that really fit my strat. And we're up 420 something. So 424. I'll call it there. We good. Thanks so much everyone for being here. I love and appreciate you guys very much. And let's push this out. Let's get this to 500 subscribers. Much love and appreciation, y'all. Peace.